Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of I Was There Last Night, because I was there last night. If you don't believe me, here's a ticket, and yes, it is actually a ticket. Last night, April 5th, at the First Bank Center in Broomfield, Colorado, I saw Green Day and Against Me. This is definitely the most money I've spent on a concert where I barely know the bands, but I knew going in that this would be a fun show. As you can tell, my voice is pretty hoarse today. And I do like the First Bank Center for arena shows a little bit more than the Pepsi Center, except for the parking, which is just downright horrible. So the first band up was Against Me. Now I've kept an eye on this band only because Laura Jane Grace and I both came out around the same time, and this band has a lot of energy. They just go up there and they just fire away. I was a little disappointed in their sound quality, but I pretty much assume that since they're the opening act, they probably did not have the same quality system that a band like Green Day would have. I also wish the set was a little bit longer. They played 10 or 11 songs, but since there were only two bands, I figured they would at least get a longer set, a full set. Laura herself is definitely inspirational because she has no fucks to give. I also like how she gave some details about the songs, like what the songs mean to her, what they mean to the band, what they can mean for people out in the crowd, because that's one of the draws too Against Me, especially right now. The only song that they played that I actually recognized was I Was a Teenage Anarchist. They also played a few songs from their new album that were pretty solid, including Rebecca and Haunting Haunted Haunts. But my favorite song probably had to be Delicate, Petite, and Other Things I'll Never Be, because that song really resonated with me, but it was also just an awesome song. It was slower than most of the stuff that they played, but it was also just a fantastic song, and I loved the passion that they put into it. Again, I really wish this set was just longer, but they are a lot of fun, and I really hope that they can break into bigger success down the road. Hopefully this tour gives them a lot more exposure, exposing them to fans of Green Day who have been around for a long time and might just not know who this band is. So next up was Green Day. Now Green Day is a band that I've been listening to since the mid-90s and didn't even realize it. I never really sought them out before, but they were always there. I kind of went into different types of music, but Green Day was always there kind of in the background. And after being a band for 30 years, they still know how to bring the fun to the live show. Billy Joe Armstrong is a natural frontman. He definitely has that rock and roll persona, that punk rock persona, and he exudes it every moment that he's on stage. This was a pure rock show from start to finish, including the very fun Bohemian Rhapsody intro that got the crowd going. I see a little silhouette of a man, Scaramouche, swinging to the fandango. Look how much fun they're having. The show itself was great. The lights were awesome. There were fireworks, explosions, all sorts of fun stuff that you hope to get from an arena rock show. And then, of course, the musicians in Green Day are extremely talented, and I love the fact that they have a guy who plays the saxophone, keyboard, and, above all, my favorite, the accordion. But all throughout the set, they really got the crowd involved. I would say they overdid it a little bit with the hey-ohs. I mean, they did that a lot. But especially a show like this, you want the band to schmooze with the crowd. You want them to really get people pumped up throughout the show so that they're not just up there playing, they're getting everybody involved. They want this to be a fun experience for everyone. And so I do love it when rock bands, any band does that. And it's also always cute when they bring up people on stage, especially kids. In this case, they actually brought up a 9-year-old and gave him a free guitar. And of course, I dig the fact that they are still very political, still vocally political. And I knew as soon as American Idiot started playing that there was going to be some anti-Trump speech. So I really appreciate the fact that Green Day has not lost that fact. No matter how big they are, no matter what venue they're playing in, they are still political. And I love that about them. I did recognize a number of the songs. I might not have known the names of them, but I definitely recognize them. And it brought me right back to the 90s when I heard these songs on the radio. They had songs like Basket Case, Good Riddance, Time of Your Life, When I Come Around, just those classics that are iconic Green Day. There were also some other older deep cuts, but there was a lot from their new album and American Idiot as well. Some of my other favorites throughout the set were Still Breathing, Minority, and Jesus of Suburbia. Those were all awesome songs to hear. They kicked it off, though, with Know Your Enemy and really got the crowd riled up, and that almost was my favorite song of the night, but it was just a great way to get people going and get the crowd involved and just step onto stage and have Green Day be Green Day from moment one. Again, it was really hard to decide what my favorite song from the set was, but it was either Revolution Radio or American Idiot. Obviously, American Idiot was the one song that I knew best, but Revolution Radio, never heard it before, but I loved it, and especially the way that they played it. In terms of pure spectacle, this is definitely one of the best shows I've seen in recent memory, and I'm definitely happy that Green Day was able to come out and put on just this amazing show for the fans. Overall, this was a lot of fun all around. No matter whether I knew the songs or not, this was just a lot of fun. The crowd was definitely on fire for Green Day. I wish they gave Against Me a little bit more love, but like I said, they just might not have known Against Me. And even though I don't personally know the bands very well, I can respect their music and their musicianship. And in the end, I had a great time, and that's what matters most. Would I see either band again? Absolutely. It is a fun diversion from metal, and let's face it, I don't listen to just metal. I just listen to mostly metal. But most importantly, I just appreciate passionate musicianship, which both bands displayed wonderfully. If that means I have an opportunity to see them again, I will absolutely see them again. If you were there last night, let me know what you thought of the show. What were your favorite songs? What did you really like about the show? And if you weren't at the show, hopefully these short clips really make you wish you were there because it was a lot of fun. And that does it for this episode of I Was There Last Night, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Nice work. Good job. If you like what you saw, you can just go ahead and click that subscribe button for all videos past and future. You can also head over to my website and see all the other stuff that I do, including the books I've written. So go ahead, click stuff.